Here I am! Hey guys, welcome back to the Bald Shredder channel. And yes, today we are gonna be rocking like a hurricane. It's a very exciting day here on the Bald Shredder channel because we are checking out a brand new Leo Jaymz model electric guitar. And what we're looking at here, guys, is the brand new edition of the Hurricane from Leo Jaymz. And it comes in 3 different colors and it's selling right now on Amazon. With a $40 coupon, you can get it for $259. And if you're sitting there going, wait a second, dude, Hurricane, wasn't there already a Hurricane model? Well, you're right, there was. But it was the Deluxe Hurricane. And I guess this is like the new regular Hurricane. Why did they do the Deluxe one first and the regular one second? I have no idea. But here we are with the all-new regular Hurricane. And I'm gonna go over the specs, guys. I'm gonna tell you all about it. But first, we're gonna do the demo. Of course, I'm gonna do some shredding. How could I not on this guitar? But I'm also gonna do a clean sample, and I want you guys to pay close attention on the clean sample because at one point, you're gonna see me do this because it's got a push-pull pot to split the pickups. All right, check it out. Alright, so what did you think? Sounded pretty good, huh? If you want to hear me shred some more on this guitar, be sure to tune into my weekly live stream tonight, 7 p.m. Pacific time, right here on the Bald Shredder channel, and I'll be playing this. First of all, it plays like a dream. And why does it play like a dream? Well, the neck. We've got to talk about the neck first. It's got a really thin D-shaped shredder profile, which is great. And then of course we've got the 24 extra jumbo stainless steel frets with the rounded ball ends. And it's a mahogany body, a roasted maple neck, and a rosewood fretboard. Now look at the beautiful top, guys. Wow! It's got a quilted maple top, and the one that I have, they call this the black color, but you can see it's more like a gray in the middle, and it's transparent. You can see the quilted top, of course, and then it fades out to these purple edges. And if that wasn't enough, you've got like an abalone binding, or I don't know what you would call that, but abalone going around the edges, and then right next to that, you've got the white binding that goes all around the body as well. So I really like how they've done something different, and that it doesn't look exactly like the other Monsoons, and it doesn't even look like the Deluxe Hurricane, and it still looks great, but it's different, yeah. And another thing that's different about it is this is an arch top, so it's got some curvature going on the top of the body, rather than the top being completely straight, which again is like the Monsoon and then the Deluxe Hurricane, the Deluxe Monsoon. They had the flat tops, not the arch top. So this is an arch top, kind of similar to what you would see on some of the Ibanez models. Now some differences between this and the Deluxe Hurricane. Well, first of all, the Deluxe Hurricane has a hardtail bridge like the Monsoon. This is not a hardtail bridge. This is your 2-point floating trem bridge. And I have to say, this is a pretty nice bridge. The bar is push in, pull out. It's got a little nut right there that you can tighten to make the, the bar, if you want it to just be like very tight or hanging loose or whatever. And I can see in the back, guys, it's actually got a nice size block. I'll take the cover off and give you guys a picture of that. Okay, and like the Deluxe Hurricane, as I already mentioned, it's got the push-pull pot, so we've got a volume and a tone for all the people screaming, "Where's the tone knob?" There it is, guys, with the push-pull. And it doesn't just split the bridge pickup, it splits both of them. And how about those pickups, guys? They're still high output Alnico 5 pickups, but just to give it like a different look, again, make it look a little bit different, it's got the hex screws on the pickups as opposed to the other more standard style. But they're still really hot. I did check the output. The bridge pickup is at about 16.3K and the neck pickup about 7.5K. So perfect for hard rock, metal, and shredding. All right, and we've also got a bone nut and locking tuners, not just any locking tuners, 21-to-1 ratio. So they are like super smooth. They turn like butter, basically. Now a little bit more about the whammy bridge, guys. While it is definitely a good bridge and it's got that nice size block, you're not gonna get absolutely perfect tuning stability out of this, because like any kind of like whammy where it's not double locking like a Floyd Rose, it's just never gonna stay in perfect tune. But if you don't go too crazy with it and do the, the crazy dive bombs and whatever, it will stay in tune for the most part. However, guys, keep something in mind. When you first get this guitar, the strings have not been stretched out, and they are not like a good quality set of strings. So I always recommend putting on your preferred strings, a good set of strings, and giving them time to like get stretched out. And after you do that, it will stay in tune better. Maybe not perfectly, but definitely better. So just don't go too crazy with the whammy. Okay, and how about the weight? It feels not too heavy, which is great. It was actually like a little bit less than 6.5 pounds. So yeah, not bad. Now a little bit of caution or kind of a warning, guys. I just got this yesterday. Just got it yesterday. And here I am a day later making the video, so I've barely had this guitar. But when I pulled it out of the box yesterday, guys, I noticed immediately that the action was way too high. The strings were way too far up off that fretboard. And how often does that happen to you? You buy a guitar, it gets delivered, and the action is like uncomfortably high, and it's hard to play the guitar, you don't enjoy it, and you're going, wow, this guitar is no good. Simply because the action is too high, maybe? And how many of you guys have one of these? This is probably the most valuable and maybe the most important tool that I have. And if you don't have one of these, wow, I really highly recommend getting one of these. I'm gonna have a link for this stuff like in the video description where you can get one of these on Amazon if you don't have one already, because you really should have one. So you just put this on the fretboard and you look under there to see if there's any light coming in between those notches and where it should be touching the fretboard. And when I first did that yesterday, yeah, then I could clearly see that there was quite a bit of curvature in the neck. It wasn't straight. And I wouldn't know that perfectly, exactly, if I wasn't using one of these. Okay, but it's no big deal. Open up the little cover here, opens very easily. It's great, it just slides open. You get the little Allen wrench that it comes with. You know why it comes with it? Because you're intended to use it to adjust the truss rod. Don't be afraid to adjust the truss rod. That's why it's in there. It's meant to be adjusted. I turned it a bunch, checked it, still not straight. Turned it some more, checked it again, still not straight. Turned it a little more, checked it again, finally straight. So when I got the neck perfectly straight and then retuned the strings up and stuff, then the action was way lower than it was, much, much better. But I wasn't done there, guys. Then I took my little string gauge height ruler thing and put it there on the neck, and I could see exactly where the strings were in relation to the neck, and I could see, okay, it's still a little bit too high. Okay, no problem. Next step is I adjusted the little saddles, and again, it comes with the Allen wrench to do that, because they intend for you to do that if it's necessary, and it's easy. So I just lowered each of the saddles a little bit, checked it again, plugged it in, tuned it up, all that stuff, played it. Okay, I've got the low action now right where I want it. Feels great, sounds good, not getting any fret buzz, and all I did was the two things. I turned the truss rod to straighten the neck and took a few minutes lowering the saddles, and then it was all good. But if I compare that to the way the guitar was when I first pulled it out of the box, it's like night and day. So it really is worth your while just to do that little bit of setup on not just this guitar, guys. I'm talking about anything, any brand. You get it delivered, you take it out of the box, you feel like it doesn't play great, it feels uncomfortable. Check the action, adjust the truss rod, adjust the saddles or whatever kind of bridge it has, and I guarantee you're gonna be much happier with that guitar. All right, guys, so that pretty much does it with the all new, brand new Hurricane model from Leo Jaymz. And if you wanna check out one of these bad boys for yourself, of course, I've got that link down in the video description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.